What's up, all my Phoenix fans out there? Welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster here in Silverwood before the end of the year. In fact, this is probably going to be maybe the last, second to last video from Silverwood that we are going to have for this year. Actually, I guess you could say of the decade. That's right, bringing the end of 2019, also the end of a decade. And 3 years of Planet Coaster, or would it be more like 4, closer to 4 maybe, if you count the beta and alpha? It's hard to say. I don't even remember how long it's been, honestly. But nonetheless, we didn't get really any new Planet Coaster stuff for the anniversary, or a whole lot of stuff this year at all, which is saddening. I mean, yeah, sure, there's the announcement of, Planet Coaster for consoles, but that doesn't really matter to us PC players, does it? Alright, anyway, we are here in Silverwood today, and I'm going to go... Oh, love capturing the train as it goes by. I wish the smoke didn't go through the roof, though. But, yeah, okay, it still looks nice. It does. So, I'm just going to try to make a... I don't have a whole lot to show today, so it's just going to be a very, very short video, or at least I'm going to try to make it a short video, and what we're going to do is something you can kind of see in the background here right now up on the hill, and it's a little bit of a history actually of the park, so to speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up yonder to the top of the mountain and the oldest section of the park. So for those who aren't really if you're not fans of the channel and you haven't watched every single episode of Silverwood and listened in to most of the commentary and stuff that I've made, because I know there are some people out there who skip through the video. I know there are some people who mute it and don't listen to me at all, and I know this because I get asked questions that I've actually answered usually in that particular video. So the oldest section of the park is the top of the mountain here. This is like the original Silverwood in its history, kind of the story of the park, so to speak. That's why up here on top of the mountain is all the oldest rides. That's why we have the Flying Eagles up here. This is why we have the the Troika. Yeah, this is why we have the Troika up here. We have the Whip up here. And then some other stuff. I was actually thinking about putting like a small coaster, like a wooden coaster over here somewhere. But really, I can't figure out a way to really make it fit. So I'm just not even going to fool with it. But originally, there used to be a ride up here, right over here on the edge of the mountain, called, well, actually, I never really gave it a name, but we're going to call it the Mountain Flume. That's the actual original ride that was here. Now, this is very reminiscent of a couple of rides at both Silver Dollar City and at Dollywood. Silver Dollar City had the water toboggans, and Dollywood had the Mountain Slidewinder. I'm thinking Slidewinder lasted slightly longer than what the toboggans did at Silver Dollar City. And the interesting thing, though, is at both parks, both of the original, at least I know for a fact at Silver Dollar City, I can't say for sure at Dollywood, but at least at Silver Dollar City, the original station and queue line is still kind of there, and they tore down the ride, but they left the station, and don't really know why. Maybe they were going to use it for a haunt. Maybe they were going to use it for something else. But it is still there. So, and that was something I was kind of thinking, you know what? I kind of want to say, like, this is something that we have done as well. So I tried to just kind of put it over here in the corner. And I tried to make it look like the vines and stuff have kind of grown up on it, and that it's just been kind of neglected and kind of sitting over here. They've piled some crates and some barrels and stuff in front of it, so people don't go in. And they put some chairs here in front of the paths that used to lead into the queue. And then we have, of course, the steps leading up to the top of it, and then I use the Flying Turns coaster to make like the beginning of this. So they've taken out most all of the ride, but they left just like the very beginning up here of it. And originally what this ride would have done was it was kind of like a log flume in a way, except it was more like a bobsled / log flume. A little bit of a combination of both. So it would have slowly made its way down the side of the mountain and kind of, you know, made some tight turns and stuff like that and some long curves. And it originally would have ended up down here where Dynamine is now. So basically what happened was they closed the ride down, and then I'm going to say in the history of the park, about 2 years after they closed it down, construction started on a new attraction here at the park, and it was going to be a huge attraction. So, and that was going to be Dynamine. So after they closed it down, Dynamine was built like 2 years after that and opened, you know, about the third year, we'll say. Construction started 2 years after, and it opened like 3 years after it was closed. So again, just a little bit of the history of the park, you know, and I just kind of wanted to put that up there just to kind of, I don't know, a little bit of nostalgia. It's hard to see from like anywhere else in the park because of the woods and everything. And I like that. I really do actually like that quite a bit about this particular like building. So just kind of, it just gives a little bit of life to the park, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of like history, a little bit of nostalgia, just a life in general. Life finds a way, doesn't it? All right, so that's kind of all I really kind of wanted to show off to you from up here on top of the mountain. But I do have one more thing that I really wanted to show you guys, and it's just kind of quick. So we're going to take a jump down the mountain, and we're going to head back down to Railbreaker, which is our RMC coaster. Actually, here, let me do this. Let me just kind of shift our way down there. Probably going to end up inside of land here, so bear with me. All right. Yeah, there we go. So I've got this awesome new sign right over here, guys. Check this out. This was made by one of my Patreons, and actually one of my viewers on Twitch, and she also follows me on YouTube as well. It was made by RavenRavel, otherwise known as Kristy Shields, and she made this awesome sign. So she made something for me over in our little Jukebox Junction area that I'm working on that you guys haven't really seen yet. But after seeing it, I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I knew that she could make signs really well. So I kind of commissioned her. I was like, hey, I could really use a sign over here for Railbreaker. And, you know, I kind of gave her an idea of what I wanted. She rode with it. And then she showed me kind of something that's like, it's in the works. And I was like, ooh, I really like it. Maybe can we put some chains on it? Because I kind of had this idea of like chains all over it and making it look very iron-like, because, you know, it's themed to a prison. So next thing I know, she shows me this and sends it over to me, and I open it up and I look, and it's exactly what I wanted. Like, exactly. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, it's like she read my mind. It's even got like bolts and stuff on the sign, which is just so good. And this actually turned out just brilliant. There is one piece right there that I forgot to recolor, so pay no attention to that. I will get that later. But the chains and stuff on it, and then I ended up putting it onto this like stone column, kind of like on a stand, and it's kind of at an angle here. And I think it works great for where it's at. I really do. Is it coming down here? Oh, I was hoping we'd catch the coaster coming through there. So again, a huge shout out to Raven for this awesome sign. I very, very much appreciate it. I really, really do. She's actually doing some more work for me in the park right now as well over in Jukebox Junction. She is working on a gas station for me. I'll talk about that a little more next year. And she's not the only one. I have a couple of other people who have the park right now. Joe K5, who made our Cottonmouth coaster, has... There, got that. Haha. He has the park right now as well, and he is just finishing up some touches, just some slight, small things over on Cottonmouth. And I think he said he was working on something else as well. And I also have Raven is also, well, I already mentioned that she's working on the like a gas station over there. And then John Hole, formerly of John Hole Media, but I think it's like John Boy. I think he named his channel now. John Boy Builds. That's it. John Boy Builds has an awesome Appalachian kind of park that he's working on as well. And I saw his work, and I've talked about it, on my channel and stuff before on Twitch. And he has the park as well, and I actually have his park, so I'm going to be working in his park for a little bit here this month. I'm also doing a thing where every person who subscribes to me on Twitch, and not a follow, but an actual subscription on Twitch, I am building a coaster for. So far, I've got 10 coasters I've got to build before the end of the year. So I'm going to try to get started on that on my next day off. And that's basically why we're not going to be probably visiting Silverwood again. And unless I actually end up getting up with Joe and we can actually film that episode together for it. So you may see one more before the end of the year. But with Christmas and everything coming up, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get time to actually record or not. Anywho, I've already made this longer than I actually thought it was going to be. So you guys have a great rest of the day. And I will see you guys in the next Planet Coaster video we got. I've got lots of things to do. I just may not be back in Silverwood for another Planet Coaster episode, but we will see what happens, won't we? Hope you guys have enjoyed our look at our new building up there and our new sign for Railbreaker. I think it turned out, again, just fantastic. I'm so happy with where this park is going. I really, really am. I'm going to be sad to get it finished up, honestly. There's still a couple of things I wanted to address. I was asked a couple times by some people, am I going to be like finishing up some things like this right here where there's no borders around some of the areas here? Yes, I will definitely be doing that. It's going to be one of the finishing touches that I do. I've got people working on buildings and stuff around the park. All of the rides are pretty much finished. There's just like one or two more that I'm working on, and then that will be it for the park once all the buildings and all the details are done. So we'll finish it sometime next year. In the meantime, I've also got Kings Falls as well, and I've got some other things. And like I said, I'm working on on John Boy Builds Park right now. I'm working on it and doing his river rapids because I absolutely love river rapids. I really, really do love working on them. Can't wait to get started on that. So that may be something I do on stream as well, and then kind of show it off from there. So guys, thank you once again for all of your support. It has been a great year. My channel has grown exponentially in just this past year, faster than it has ever grown before. And that is all thanks to you guys out there who have stuck with me through thick and thin, and who have the same kind of thoughts that I do about the game and everything, and other stuff. Stuck with me through my rants, through all of my little issues I have. So I know sometimes I am a total jerk. I know sometimes I am a complete asshole. But it is what it is, and I am who I am. So yeah, nothing's gonna change on that front. But I do hope to bring you guys a whole new year and a whole new decade of awesome stuff on my channel here. So we're gonna head out of the park, and I'm gonna head off of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of the day, and if I don't see you before the end of the year, wherever you are, you have a happy new year and a Merry Christmas. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I'm out. What's up everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.